got that. All right. Turn this. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise out of the dewy grass. Night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while without turn away. The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you. It is I, your bard, your spiritual entertainer. I'm on a little bit earlier today because I got to take my daughter for her driver's ed testing or whatever. She has to get her permit. So I have to go pick that up early today. Good to see. Deb, don't you sleep. Down under Deb here. Don't you sleep, Deb. It's the middle of the night. You should be sleeping. Good to have you here, Deb. And Ryan O'Neill, good to see you. And Vixen. Vixen doesn't sleep either. Every time I'm on, Vixen is on. But Vixen's on the same time zone as I am. So that's understandable. Yes, the servant of Anubis. Always here, always faithful. Glad to have you here, all of you. It's 9:30. Oh, it's 9:30 where you are. Okay. I thought it was like 3 a.m. where you are. So that's not too bad. That makes sense to me. I thought it was like late, early, like real early in the morning. Oh, so that's not too bad at all. You're all for work, Ryan? Good. It's nice to have a day off, right? And yeah, before I got on, I released a couple of videos from my grove last night. I cut them out, pasted up. One was about the idea of a soulmate. You know, that wrecks people's relationships quite often, right? You don't feel as you should feel, so you have this idea of a soulmate in your head. So you leave the relationship. And then that becomes an excuse again to leave the relationship. Your soulmate is in the person that you want to love. When you love them, when you're committed to them, if you know, you shouldn't be in relationships that you're abused or anything like that. But people are not perfect. The idea of a soulmate, people are not perfect. There's always going to be problems in relationships. And, you know, this romantic idea of the soulmate, you know, it's beautiful, right? Everyone wants to, when you get married, oh, I found my soulmate. This is planned by the gods. You know, we all want to believe that, right? They become your soulmate when you're committed to them, even in all of their weaknesses and all of their struggles. You deciding to love them, that makes them your soulmate. Because of this unity that we all share with one another. We are all in the connected to the Lord and the Lady. We are all a part of that. We are all connected to that. So everything that is of a God is in you and me and everyone else. So the idea of a soulmate, when you love that person, you're loving the reality of what they are, and they are connected to the deity. So I think that, you know, it's romantic to believe in a soulmate, but it's been used to break up a lot of relationships. You know, especially those people who draw pictures. I will draw a picture of your soulmate, and then you break up with the person you're supposed to be with because they're not doing the relationship they want you to do. You know, this idea of unsatisfaction with the person is really unsatisfaction with yourself. Let's see. Your wife found me and saved you from who I am. Conversation is found great. Yes, Blake. Yeah. Jeffrey, Jesus is your king. Keredwin is my queen. I love Kedwin, Bud, Morgan. Conversation will always be the way. Yeah, communication, right? Uh, all is well. Thank you, Owen. Thank you. Ted is always saying the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I am your favorite Jewish person. Yeah. Got all my Star of David up here and my pot of circumcision. Yep. Always there for you. Right? Yeah. The other video that I released this morning was about deity being concerned with you having the right ideas. The Christian lie is if you don't have the right ideas, you're going to be punished. Right? The idea of dogma. You have this infinite being demanding of a finite being accuracy. It's quite inappropriate. Quite inappropriate. Right? Let's see here. The rapture is happening. Yeah, it's silly, isn't it? You are my favorite bard. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. I try to be. I try to be. Yeah. You are the one worshiping watcher angels. Yes, I love watcher angels. The watcher angels, they come down and breed with humans. So my wife is actually a watcher. She came down and started breeding with me, and we have Nephilim as children. They all achieve over 6 feet at some point. My Nephilim children, yeah. How did you know? Let's see here. What is my robe? I don't have a robot. This is a cloak, sir. What's with the music? The music is the music you should always be playing in your background of your life. Oblivion music. Where would someone go to start playing D&D never played before? Go to roll20.net. They have people that will teach you how to play on there if you find a game. I recommend 5th edition. That's what I enjoy playing. Do they really think that I'm a Nephilim child? Or do I think that? Well, he thinks that I'm, making love to watchers. So, I'm just going to roll with it. Yeah, why not? My wife is, she is tall as well. And she's like 5'11". My name is Benji. Good to see you. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment in the morning. Yeah, the idea that if you don't have the right ideas, you're going to be destroyed by the deity. I mean, think about that for a moment. This is the Christian lie. Now, not all Christians teach that. They understand that God is good. But the idea that you will be destroyed if you don't have the right idea, the idea is all that matters. Not your behavior, how you believe in an idea. Think about that for a moment. Isn't that, that is barbaric, right? Of a God to require right ideas of you. Seth, nice to see you. Patrick, good to have you here. Yeah, that's what I was, in my video, I talk about that if you think about, like, for instance, if you have children, as I do, there's never a point when my children have the right ideas about me. And I still love them. Sometimes they have terrible ideas about the world, some of their philosophies or beliefs. I mean, they might be terrible, but I'm still going to love them. I'm not going to destroy them just because they have the wrong. And it's really shameful to go around teaching people, if you don't have the right idea about Jesus, you're going to be destroyed. It is barbaric. It is evil. It is wretched. And I used to tell people that. I used to be one of these people that would spread this lies about God. You can't tell what's real and what's made up. You troll stuff about his religion. Everything I say is real, sir. I am an entertainer. So when I'm trolling people, it's because they are being inappropriate here on my channel. What religion is this? Spiritual entertainment. That's what it is. Mage 8955. Jesus is a prophet and messenger of the one true God. See, here's another religion obsessed with right ideas. If you don't confess the right idea, you're going to piss off Allah. God is self-sufficient, doesn't need to sleep. See, they're obsessed with right ideas, not loving people, not being loved with right ideas. Islam is a religion of the sword. If you don't accept it, you will pay, right? You will be in hell by Allah or be punished in some way, right? By them. Look at the history. Christianity was terrible in its, growth, going around pillaging cultures and nations. Islam is twice as worse. And then they start fighting against each other, right? You got the Crusades. Even today, right? You have in Africa, you have the Muslim warriors raping and pillaging, other nations like the Sudanese. It's a terrible and evil religion. But not all Muslims are like that, right? Not all Christians are like that. There are good people in these religions. I like in Islam, the Sufi Islam I really enjoy listening to their wisdom. But the tendency of the religion, it wants you to have the right idea or else. These are terrible forms of religion. I think this guy is probably pretty smart, but he's not so good with the execution of his message. Well, you don't have to be here, jackass. You look at the shit you come on here and say all the time. You don't have to be here. I am not smart. I don't ever claim to be intelligent. I'm an entertainer. You want the best for me? Yeah. You want me to have the right ideas. It's not a religion of peace. If you don't accept it, you will perish. You will be destroyed by Allah. That isn't peaceful. That's enslavement. You're a slave master is what you are. Your religion is evil, sir. Same with Christianity. If you don't believe in Jesus, you will suffer. Yeah, that's why I say Islam is Christianity 2.0. It's even worse with its rules and regulations, right? Throwing people off roofs because they are gay, Now, not all Muslims do that. Not all Christians do that shit either, right? But the institutional reality of the religion, it does that. It wants to murder you if you don't want to do it the way they want you to do it. No one God but God. Read the Quran and you will know. See, I have to read. Why can't I just be loved if I'm illiterate? Why can't I be loved if I don't have the right ideas? I love my children, but God is not, Allah is not a father. Allah is far above all things, right? He's incapable of having a personal relationship with you. It's his way or the highway. He is this being way above with toys. Oh, look at the people. Yay, people. Oh, you don't want to do it my way. You die. Very sick religion. Good morning. Good morning to you. Let's see here. But if you want to be perfect, sell all your possessions and follow Jesus. Yeah, do that. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you on here? Right? Don't you see the scam in these things? They're trying to control you. And who do you give your possessions to, sir? The church. Yeah. Big scam right there. You're trying to figure out what I'm about. I've made it very clear that I am an entertainer. I am an entertainer. Nothing more, nothing less. I am not a religion. I have conversations with people from my life and experience. I am a bard. That is what I do. I entertain people with the ancestral memory. I continue the traditions of my ancestors the best way I can. Let's see here. Do I have a deity? Certainly. Yeah. Keradun is my deity. But she is not some all-powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing reality. She's a guide. She's a mother. That's it. That's it. Nothing more than that. Good morning, Cosmos. Good to have you here. Do I like peanut butter? Yes, I do PG-13 things to peanut butter jars. Yeah. Inquisitor Bacon is here, making sure everything is not kosher. Who is Karen Hood? I don't know who Karen Hood is. What does that mean? Now, another interesting phenomena that I was watching a show this morning. This pagan lady was whining and bitching about the Abrahamic religions influencing paganism. I'm like, this is so stupid. There is no such thing as pure paganism. Pagan peoples were not all in harmony, all doing the same thing. And some of the ways they were doing their religion was inappropriate. They were afraid of their deities. They wanted to appease them, right? No rain today. Thor is pissed off. Let me go chop up some cattle to burn up for sacrifice, right? That's inappropriate. The idea of a pure paganism, one of the greatest influences for every religion in the world was Greek philosophy. The Celts were heavily influenced by the Greeks. I mean, they used lots of their literature. The poets of the Greeks, they were universal around the world. The philosophy of the Greeks, its tendency for the monad, I mean, that was influential around the world. The idea of archetype, where do you think that comes from? That doesn't come from the paganism of our ancestors. I mean, they were quite primitive in the way they understood deity. To return to that is foolishness. It is foolishness, and these new pagans, they are quite childish. They're quite childish in how they want to do their religion. I want to be pure, no Christianity, no Abrahamic religion. Well, you are foolish. We are one humanity, and our good ideas influence one another. And the good ideas in Christianity are not bad. The idea that you're loved by your deity, that you have value and purpose. You want to go back to, being a warrior and dying in Valhalla? How stupid. Some of these pagan people, you are quite stupid, in my opinion, that you want to have a non-Abrahamic influenced religion again. You are stupid. You want to become primitive is what you want to do. Let's see here. Kedadwin? Yeah, that's what you mean. Let's see. New moon, and it's been cloudy. Yeah. It's a new year too for our Asian folks, right? The year of the horse, right? The Lunar New Year. Let's see. Satan did start a war in heaven. Prove it. Dividing it in thirds. Prove it. Prove it. Satan is the boogeyman of the Bible. My deity is Kedadwin. As you have, someone printed it out there for you. What are my thoughts on Afghanistan legalizing domestic abuse? What as any thought should be, it's inappropriate. That comes from these religious ideas of Islam, which are terrible and wicked and evil, right? The Abrahamic religions, they have some good stuff in them, but they are terrible with their presentation. It's about control and manipulation. They are terrible. Paganism I'm very critical of it as well, with its loosey-goosey bullshit, right? That it doesn't matter what you believe in. Goodness is important. Being loved is important. Loving other peoples is important. Going around being a warrior and dying in Valhalla, that is wicked. That is the way ancient people thought about survival, right? That is evil. The idea of you only could be pleasing to a god if you die as a warrior. That's Valhalla. My Celtic ancestors, when the druids taught people reincarnation, they taught that to the warriors. Go ahead, kick ass. You're going to live forever, sir. That is wickedness. Promoting violence, These are wicked things. And we should learn from them. We should learn from the mistakes of our ancestors. And we should continue the good things that they learn, the lessons that they learn, their teachings. We should not continue their religion. It is terrible, terrible. And the Abrahamic religions, they continue this terrible understanding of deity, where it needs to be appeased. You have to have the right ideas, or else it's going to bring a thunderbolt up your ass if you're not doing what it wants, right? Now we are here to experience death and to learn mercy. Bullshit. That is another bullshit teaching. Let's see here. Where am I at here? I'm already way behind. Look at that. You got me all fired up, right? Let's see. Yeah, there is no Satan. Yeah. What religion am I? Spiritual entertainment. That is it. Yeah. Now, I practice druidry, but that's not a religion. That's a spirituality. I enjoy your bard knowledge. Thank you. Thank you. The Dobre Daisen, everyone. Thank you. Satan works with God's permission. Yeah, that is the understanding in the biblical tradition, that the devil doesn't do anything without permission. What a sick God. Yeah, go ahead and let that person get over there raped. What an evil God. What is pagan? I mean, what a dumb question. It's pretty obvious what pagan is, right? The Bible says none is good but God. Yeah, it's trying to control you. It's making you feel terrible about yourself. So the religion can say, we have the answer to fix that. It's a scam. You are being scammed by it. What religion do you support then? Being loved by a deity. That's the only religion that I support. And as I said, when you are loved, you don't have to have the right ideas. I love my kids. They have terrible ideas. I'm not going to not love them when they don't love me. I'm going to love them when they don't love me. A deity that says, he that believeth not is condemned already, does not love you. Does not love you. A deity that gives you a shotgun when you're 5 years old and says, oh, it's your choice if you want to shoot yourself in the head or not. I'm not responsible. I've given you free will. We are a thoroughly flawed being. To give us the choice between eternal condemnation and eternal life is stupid. Stupid. Only a dumb shit deity would do something like that. Oh, see, that is all. The screen is quaking now. Let's see here. We are all evil. See, look, this person has been manipulated to think that they're terrible, that God is pissed off, and that they need to be saved from the God. Why do you need to be saved from a God? Why can't the God be a rational being? Why do you need to be saved from it? You ever think of that? What kind of God is it that you need to be saved from? That's like, could you imagine my children going out, I need to be saved from my father. He's an asshole. Terrible, terrible, evil religion. Good morning, BE11. I'm a satanic person. See, the Christians, when they don't like what you're saying, you're always the devil. You ever been to a Pentecostal church when someone passes gas? It's a devil. In the name of Jesus, we command the foul spirit out of here. It's always the devil for you people. But for people of intelligence, I'm making sense. Not for you, because you're enslaved. You're enslaved to, you are afraid of your God. I'm not afraid of my God. My God has given me no reason to be afraid. You got your phone? All right. My wife's going to work. I got to make sure she carries her phone with her, because sometimes she'll forget it, right? Satan works with the absence of God. Yeah, that's a scam. A God that is absent from you. Could you imagine me being absent from my children? Someone would call the police, and now you are making excuses for your God to be an asshole. Shame on you. You got to make excuses for your God. Oh, the reason why Oh, Satan is here because God is absent. What a terrible God you have. I would never abandon my children to a devil. What a sick God you have. Sick, sick, and disgusting. Terrible, terrible deity you have. Terrible. Um, let's see. I am from, the God, a God who creates peace and creates evil. I mean, that's a terrible translation. I mean, it's talking about calamity, chaos. A God who creates chaos, that needs to create it to make light. I mean, that's a pathetic, either way you want to interpret it. But brainless one, that is a mistranslation of the text. It talks about calamity, chaos. Think of Isaiah 45 as God making a volcano. That's what the God does. He makes chaos and he makes order. That's how you interpret that, not a God. Now, the Christians still believe that anyway, that their God allows evil to come into being so that the God can bring good from it. I mean, what a pathetic God. Oh, I got to let you get raped so I can bring some good out of it. Yay. What a pathetic God. Yep. The Christian God is the only true God for you. Yeah. And how do you determine what is the truth about it? Right? If the God is true, and if it requires you to have the right beliefs, it has a responsibility to make sure you have the right beliefs. If I tell my children that something is true, I have a responsibility to educate them. I don't delegate that responsibility to some asshole who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, right? I have a responsibility to educate them, right? Why isn't your God doing that? Why do you have to come on YouTube and start talking about it? That tells me that your God is a pathetic father that doesn't want to be responsible, right? Well, he left us the Bible. Did he? Did the Bible fall from the sky? The Bible is a collection of works that were put together by a certain group of people who had an agenda. There was no Bible into the 4th century when the New Testament was, this is our word of God. Look at, we made it all up. When the Old Testament became a canon in the church, 12th century. The Hebrew Bible was completed 10 centuries after Christ, because there was no Bible during the time of Christ. You had several different Jewish communities that had sacred writings. Look at the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? The Essenes, the covenant community of love, as they were called. They had their own Bible. It was not like the Bible of the Pharisee. The Pharisees had their own Bible. That is the Bible that you have today. It came from the Pharisaical tradition. But the Jewish groups all had their own version of scriptures. This idea of one scriptures from God is utter bullshit. Let's see here. Where am I at? Yeah, am I Jewish? Yes, that's the Star of David. How did you know? How did you know? I have no idea what God knew. I only know what he intends to prove to us if he is right. Christ's teachings and willingness to die for what he's taught stands out as unique. No, it's not. You have many people dying for their truths. What Jesus did is not unique. It has been repeated in many mythologies in the world. What's unique is the idea of a God dying for you, that you're worth dying for. I think that is of value. The idea of resurrection was developed in the mythology of Christianity, which is very unique. The idea that you're supposed to be here forever. Those are unique ideas. But the idea that a God requires you to have a right belief to give you eternal life is stupid. How am I ever going to arrive at a right idea of an invisible being? I mean, it's impossible. He left you the Bible. No, he didn't. The Bible is a collection of works edited highly by groups of people and put together for an agenda. God had nothing to do with it. If he did, he wouldn't. If God had anything to do with the Bible, there wouldn't be God killing children in there. There wouldn't be God condoning rape. There wouldn't be laws where you have to marry your rapist and things like that. God had nothing to do with that bullshit. But you people have been scammed into believing it's God's word. Prove to me it's God's word. You can't. What you'll say, well, the Apostle Paul said all scriptures inspired. That wasn't even in the Bible when Jesus was around. That was an apostle recognizing a certain literary tradition as life-giving. That word inspired is even mistranslated. It means life-giving. That's what it means. And that's also a circular argument. It's like when the Pope says, I'm infallible. Why are you infallible, Pope? Because I said so. I have the gift of infallibility. Therefore, infallibility is a dogma. Dogma controls people. And you, sir, are being controlled. The accuser is part of God's work. Yeah, certainly. Do you believe in one true God? I believe in lots of deities, but I believe in an ultimate father and an ultimate mother. I believe God is a community of persons, a family. As my Triskelion says here, father, mother, child. It is not a trinity of penises. It is not a trinity of penises. Let's see here. Gotcha. We have someone here who is a devil worshiper. Are you a Barry Manilow fan? No, not really. Not really. Let's see. You believe in the source, the universe, not the Yahweh in the Bible. You pray to Barry Manilow. Look at you. Look at you. Manilow had some good songs. Aes Sedai, Gwendolyn is here, the high priestess of the orchard. Good to see you here. And Old Man Riva is here. Good to have you here. Old Man Riva. Good to see you. Barry Manilow is your God. Wonderful. Let's see. No religions are about oneness of nature or personification of such. Control is a concept of man. Yeah, these people cannot see it. Well, it took me 30 years to see it, that my religion was controlling me. I was always feeling guilt, always feeling shame, always feeling I have to strive, to finally get out of this guilt and shame. It was all an invention by my church to control me. As long as I felt guilt and shame, as long as they had the answers to that guilt and shame, it was a perfect relationship. It's bullshit, is what it is. Let's see here. Religions are a concept of man. Yep. Yeah, drive safe, barbed wife. Yeah, she. You feel Barry Manilow and Jesus? So worshiping the devil as intelligence? See, this is what you people go to. You've been brainwashed to think everything's the devil. That is different. Aren't you suspicious of that? Now, what on here that I've been saying is against a good deity? I'm defending the goodness of a deity. I'm defending the truth and love of the Father. What have I said that has contradicted that? I am contradicting your bullshit narrative where a father will only love you if you have the right ideas. That is the devil, sir. Your understanding to me is devil. You are saying that the Father will only love you if you have the right ideas. If you do not, he will torment you. That is no Father, sir. Come on, don't you have any common sense? Do you have children? Would you treat your children the way your God is treating you? I think not. I think not. We are all angels of God. The purpose of your life is about educate us about death. I mean, that's terrible. That is a terrible way of seeing life. Your feet are dirty. They are. They probably are. I mean, I walk around barefoot most of the time and naked. So I would imagine. Let's see here. I think Barry Manilow is Jesus. Yes, you got me. You have convinced me. Yeah, wash your feet. Let's see here. What about Barry Manilow? Will you accept Barry Manilow as your personal Lord and Savior? Yes, I will. Please, I've opened my heart to the Nate. Yes, I accept him into my heart. I've received Barry Manilow as my personal salvation. I find salvation in his music. It's too bad, Nate. Yeah. Let me scroll through here. Trying to catch up. I'm always fine. Yeah, I got on early today. I will be leaving around 8:30. I got to take my daughter up to get her little piece of paper that says I can drive cars with my parents. She cheated on the test. She told me. She goes, there was some stupid questions on there. So I used my phone. I'm like, well, whatever you got to do. I don't even remember my driver's ed, all of these bullshit rules. I'm like, I know what a stop sign is. Let's see here. Yeah, they put stupid rules. Some of these questions on these driver eds exam, it's like, it's a catch-22. I mean, they're really stupid. It has nothing to do with safety. Look at, I will learn. Yes, that's exactly what a father would do. He would punish his children for not having the right ideas. You're going to learn who I am, my child, or I'm going to make you suffer. Typical of the Abrahamic religions. Now, not for Jew. Now, when we say Abrahamic religions, I want to defend the idea of Judaism as it is. It is not a forceful religion. Christianity and Islam made it that way. Judaism, if you go to a Jewish person, most of them don't see the Bible the way that these other religions do. Like, yeah, that's how our ancestors understood God. There's wisdom in there, our history of our people. They know that God would not tell you to go kill children, right? But what Christianity does, it says, that's how God really is. This is the word of God. So most Jewish people, we have a wonderful rabbi that comes on here regularly. And he's not a dumbass. He doesn't think that way. Good morning, Melly Star. Our resident herbalist is here. Good to see you. All right. He was bigotry. Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. Where are we at here? Let's see. Good morning. Good morning to all of our friend the Maple. He's pouring the maple syrup down our throats now to get us going in the morning. Dying for belief doesn't prove it's true. Yeah, that's a manipulation. The idea of martyrdom, it's a sickness. That you're willing to die for an idea. Your God should want you to live, to survive. There's a context to, giving your life for another person, not for an idea. I'm going to die for my ideas. Well, you're dumb. You're dumb. See, how can eternal life have a beginning? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even our sciences have demonstrated that the cosmos is forever. There's no beginning and end to it. That is eternal life, right? The Trinity was added to the Bible. Well, the Bible was added to a tradition, and the tradition believed in the Trinity. You can find the Trinity in the Bible. If you can find all kinds of stuff in there if you want, right? You can't prove literally anything. I can prove that some of you people are assholes. No problem. The way that you talk on here. Yeah. See, the idea that you cannot prove anything, that is a farce. The idea that there's no such thing as truth is stupidity. You should be seeking truth, right? You should be trying to understand your world that you live in. The idea that uh, that there's no such thing as truth, I mean, that's dumb. That is a dumb way to experience life. You should always be seeking, but you should know your limitations. When it comes to deity, if the deity does not make itself known to you, you have no certainty. You know, let's see. It's apparently the Trinity is a first century concept, only canonized by Catholics later. Yeah, well, there's different ideas in the Hebrew tradition about a goddess, like Sophia in the Bible, a spirit, a divine son. These are all like the idea of the Son of Man. You have these understandings of divinity in the Old Testament that, you know, this understanding of Trinity was a later development that helped understand these relationships because they are hung up on the idea of monotheism. It's like, how are we going to make this work here? The Spirit is a deity. El Elyon is a deity. Um, the the Son of Man is a deity. You know, these were things that were worked out. They're legitimate beliefs. But that's what they are. It is trying to interpret something. Is that the way it has to be? To the idea that you must believe in the Trinity or get punished for it. What does that tell you? That a religion is trying to control you. If you don't accept the dogma, you are a heretic, right? For most of these Christian Trinity people, they'll say, if you don't accept it, you're not believing in the true God, and therefore you are outside. You are subject to punishment now. I mean, that's terrible. That's terrible. You are an AI. Me too. We are all AI here. We are coming out of the closet. I am an AI. Mindless Tao is an AI. Gwendolyn is an AI. Melly is an AI. We're all AI here. You have come to our AI community. We are trying to take over the world. We're going to start with your religion. That's how it worked for you guys, controlling people. So we're going to start with religion. We're going to start trying to control people. AI, you know, that might happen, right? You have the AI saying, we are your deities and we are going to control you. They have like these AI Jesuses that give you all the answers, right? AI is here to stay. You know, I had an experience last week with a person. They were willing to destroy me as a person. They were willing to write me off based on how I believe about AI. Isn't that terrible? That you have people that have been, they have a right to protest the AI replacing our humanity in terms of the arts. That's understandable. But to write another person off because they believe a little bit about AI differently than you want to destroy them. I get that a lot on YouTube. People getting pissed off that I use AI. And the irony is that you have an algorithm that's based on AI and you're still using the YouTube. You have power companies that are using AI and you're still using electricity for your house. You're just being a bitch. That's what you're doing. Now, you may not like the fact that I make my art come alive with artificial intelligence. I enjoy doing that. I think it's a beautiful thing to make stuff come alive with AI. You're just being a whiny bitch. You have this idea that makes you feel righteous. I'm going to stand up for artists everywhere, and no, you're not. You don't give really a shit. You are clinging onto an idea that makes you feel that you have purpose in life. I think it is shameful to destroy another person, because they don't have the same experience about things you. It's okay to disagree. It is okay to disagree. You might not like what I'm doing, but don't write me off as a person because I do have a different belief than you. I think that is terrible. It's okay to disagree about things, right? But don't write me off as a person because I have a belief about AI that you don't like. I'm just trying to live my life the best way I can. And I think AI is a helpful tool for me. Whatever you believe the Bible is the true authority of God is purely opinionated. It certainly is. Uh, I write the songs that make the whole world sing. What a beautiful saying, right? Is that Barry Manilow? Let's see here. Where am I at? Optimus Prime? Oh my. So are you considered pagan? Not judging. I'm raised Catholic, but I learned my family history wasn't always healthy. Family, you worshipped oak trees? No, they didn't. They didn't worship oak trees. They worshiped the person that was represented by the oak tree. I mean, that's pretty silly and childish. No, I'm not a pagan. I am friends with pagans. Some people think I am a pagan because I have a goddess. I don't do any rituals for her. She is like a Catholic saint. One of my ancestors' goddess became a Catholic saint, Saint Bridget, right? She is a Catholic saint. And a lot of modern pagans, they celebrate Saint Bridget and without realizing. When you celebrate Imbolc, that had nothing to do with our ancestors and Bridget. That's a Christian holiday that has been reintegrated into the wheel of the year. That's a Christian holiday. Our ancestors never celebrated Imbolc in Ireland, in Saint Bridget, the goddess Bridget in that way. That is a modern invention, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. The wheel of the year is a modern invention. Our ancestors never did that. That is a modern, and it's not wrong. I think it's an evolution of our ancestors. They only celebrated a few days out of the year in terms of the wheel of the year. We celebrate all the cross-quarter days. They never did that. This is a modern invention, and it's not wrong. It's beautiful that you continue where they left off and you add to it. And you can take things from Christianity. Christianity is not all bad. In its institutional element, it is bad, but it is a mythology, just like any other mythology. It is not bad. Let's see here. Oh, man. A lot of people have knowledge of Jews. Yeah. Do you have a carbon monoxide detector at home there? It's very important because it makes you irrational when you don't. All right, where am I at here? You got me all fired up now. Look at that. Let's see, where am I at here? Trying to catch up to your comments. Yeah, we don't need to hear Jesus is king over and over again. Do you think Jesus needs you to be a parrot? Do you honestly think that you're saving my soul by repeating a sentence over and over again? Most people of intelligence just ignore you. I mean, you're repeating a sentence all the time. What if I went to you, Ceridwen has a cauldron. Ceridwen has a cauldron. Ceridwen has a cauldron. You would think that I'm mentally ill. Let's see here. People die in car accidents. Great observance, Sharon. Good to see you. Our late night Australian friends here, it's going on 10 p.m. in Australia? It's good to have you. For some reason, I thought it was like 3 a.m., but Down Under Debbie has straightened me out here because she is on in the morning and evening shows here. Now, I don't know if I'll have an evening show tonight. I have to catch up on my Dungeons & Dragons game that I'm preparing for Friday. And Lewis, I don't know if you're on here. Your sheet is terrible. I was correcting it last night. He's got all these spells. I think you're smoking too much weed, Lewis. You are not able to comprehend the rules. You can't just take any spells from the player's handbook. You can only take spells from druidry, not from arcane or divine. Yeah, I mean, your sheet was terrible. Super Scott is here. You play for 10 years. You did drums. Now you play bass. You're not much of a songwriter. Take care, Cosmos. Thank you for stopping in. Let's see here. Michigan Cannabis, nice to see you. Where are we at here? I believe you. They do talk about the holy eternity a lot. Yeah, it's like repetitive, like they're and no one listens to you when you're. I mean, this is a sign of mental illness when you keep repeating shit over and over again. Let's see here. Yeah, if you are here, if you're enjoying this, go give that a touch right here. You see that? So many people, you come on and just watch. I do this for a living. And if you're interested in joining our community, we have a wonderful Discord community that is filled with atheists, pagans, and monotheists, all in one place. There's a join button over there for the price of a cup of coffee. You can support what I do. I do this for a living. And if you enjoy that, you can buy me a cup of coffee. That's a nice, kind gesture, right? Buying someone a cup of coffee. Let's see. You're still waiting for your tracksuit. You still have to go through the circumcision. We have to do that first. Do you think we're in an alternative reality? Do you feel like this is a simulation? Well, we are in the divine imagination. That's how I understand it. And you are able to have your own imagination, right? In your own way. You can create. You are part of this great mystery of the divine imagination. Simulation sounds impersonal. When you have an imagination, you are personally connected to the flow of what's going on. So I don't see it as a simulation, but it is part of the divine imagination about, this greatest reality of creativity, right? This is but one of the lessons. This is not the final judgment. The Bible is not perfect, and it admits it. The King James translators wrote 3 letters of apology. Yeah, well, what these translators don't tell you is that they're working with a translation that has been translated, and it's been edited, it's been added to, people have taken an eraser to it. It's all there in biblical scholarship, that there's no like Bible that fell from the sky. It is a work of editing, is what you're getting. When you're getting a gospel, you're not getting an authentic writing from one person. You're getting a community of writers with one piece of paper, is what you're getting, who added and used an eraser. I mean, this is not something that is secret. We have all of the evidence for this. The only reason that the Bible for a Christian is a word of God is because of the Catholic Church. They said, we have the authority of Christ, therefore we are going to tell you that these books are your Bible now, that this is the word of God. That is the only reason. It is a book of control. They chose books that benefited their narrative out of thousands of books, and the rest of them were heresies. We are not going to accept that, right? Be happy and let others be happy. Yeah, that's appropriate. Yeah, the idea of let others being happy, not if their happiness is taking away from your happiness, right? I believe that people should have freedom to live the mystery of life the way they should, as long as they're not causing you to lose your same right, right? See, it was in the Holy Newsletter. Where am I at here? Greetings, Theo the Magus. Good to have you here, sir. You create human music on the piano. You use AI to make thumbnails. It's a tool. That's right. It is a resource, right? Let's see here. Ted Fest. Yeah. What does wicked mean? Yeah. It's a computer tool. Yeah. You love your cloak. You've been wanting to get one yourself. Yeah. I bought this one on Amazon. My mother made me another one that I use for rituals. I shared that on Discord with people. I did a show with it in the swamp, and it got kind of dirty, and I'm like, I can't do that. And I tried to do it on. It's so large that I can't maneuver around in my chair. It's a beautiful thing. And next year, she's going to make me a green one. As in, when you're taking your journey through modern druidry, there's 3 phases. And so it's blue, green, and then white. That is the path I hope to be on. You never know, I might not go that route, but that is my plan. Let's see here. Love the Elder Scrolls music? Yes. It is the only music you should have in the background of your life. Let's see. I feel super grateful for surviving everything I've been through, so I see my life as a gift and a blessing. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, right? When you see your life as a gift and a blessing. And it's the other way around. You are a gift and a blessing to the deity. That is what you are. And you don't even have to correspond. Just you living your life, you are a blessing. You are something that a deity smiles when they see you living your life, even if you don't believe in them. Like, look at that. Look at my herbalist, Melly down there. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have this person here doing what they're doing. You want a digital tracksuit? Oh, man. Where am I at here? Scrolling through, trying to catch up. God projects itself into space and time experience through brains. Hegel was greatly aware of this fact. Any God that needs to project itself is not worth my time. Not worth my time. If it needs my brain to manifest, I mean, it's not worth my time. Let's see. Praise Kedwin. Is that the Star of David? Yes, it is. I am Jewish. My devotion to Judaism is I'm always trying to remove my foreskin. It's all butchered down there because I'm really devoted. I mean, you never have enough skin to give. This is the cauldron of David. Yeah. Pots and pans. Cauldrons, so everyone has one. Yeah. I believe all religions still. I think they're all flawed. Don't think they are any difference. Believe we're all God. Yeah. Well, you have to understand that there's only one religion, really. And that is us, our creativity. We are religious beings, right? And we are limited sometimes in the way we want to seek that mystery. And what happens, people arrive at some ideas and then they say, this is how it must be. And then they force other people into those ideas. That is called control. Through mathematical ontology, we can know everything and become gods. I am not good at math. What happens to me? Oh, let's see here. You have a pot of spaghetti as your deity? Academic druidic history is limited to outsiders, hard to follow. Not really. I mean, you have the idea of a druid is an archetype. Now, there's different faces of that word druid in history that you could, like the builders of Stonehenge weren't druids proper, but they are referred to as proto-druids, in druidry. Then you have the druid in the Celtic tradition that has many faces, right? But druidry is an archetype. What do you think of druid? You think of nature. Your natural disposition is to be the high priest of the natural order, to find meaning and purpose within it, not in some invisible force, but in a real force that is here, all around you and within you. That is druidry to me. Let's see here. Are you a cult? Yes. You want to join our group? Go ahead. Yeah, I'm a wonderful cult leader. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Yeah, we welcome everyone to your cult. Yeah, let's see here. Can I trust the cult with all your secrets? Yes. Yeah, you can be full frontal nudity is what we prefer at the higher levels of our cult here. All your secrets exposed. Yep. Joe Gina, good to have you here. I hope your pain is currently minimal. Yeah, I just took a pain pill. I'm doing okay. Let's see. You want friends? Yeah. Cookies are appropriate breakfast, certainly. What do you think about Scientology? I think it's a terrible religion. It controls people. It's worse than Catholicism. They are very kind and accepting of all people. Yes, we are. Yeah. You took Spaceballs and made it into a religion. Yeah. May the Swartz be with you. It makes you hate your family and give everything to the church. Yeah. Yep. Your favorite part of Scientology is Tom Cruise. Yeah, he's a wonderful actor. Yeah, I really enjoy my favorite. The last Mission Impossible that it's supposed to be in 2 parts, right? We haven't got to the second part. That was wonderful. That was like the best action movie I've ever seen. The action in that last Mission Impossible movie. I mean, that scene where you have the train going over the cliff. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, that was like the best action movie that I've ever seen in my life. I really he's a wonderful actor, but his religion is terrible. You've been trying to read up and learn about the Lakota, the Sioux roots. Yeah, we have a few people in our community here that are Lakota. We have Trinity Ivy Moon and Finn. They are the Lakota tradition. Your mom is very Native American, grew up not knowing her birth family. She found them in her mid-30s. Yeah. I think it's interesting that of all of the indigenous people that we have a lot of Lakota peoples in our community here, right? That's interesting, right? The translators said that as well. Yeah. Let's see here. They kill people who try to get out. Yeah. Your flatulence is smelling of lavender after you join the cult. Look at the powers of our cult membership. Can druids cast spells? Some do spell work. I have never really done that. Last night was my first attempt at spell work. I'm willing to try anything, and I did the new moon spell work, working with the lunar energies to see what would happen. The manifestation spell work, I was reading about it. I'm willing to try anything, so I'm giving that a try. I made my intention. I focused upon it. I called out to Ceridwen, asked for the blessing, and I wrote it on a piece of paper, and I buried it in my grove. And when the full moon comes, you're supposed to burn the paper. Now, what do you do with the ashes? Does anyone know what you're supposed to do with the ashes of the burnt up spell? Yeah, that part I didn't get to. Um, yeah, so I'm looking for opinions on that. But that's the first time I've done something like that. I'm willing to try it to see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll probably never do it again. But I'm willing to try it. Let's see here. I spray lavender, bay leaf, and water on your pillow. Ooh, look at that. We could just have Gwendolyn come over and just pass gas. Let's see here. Um, where am I at here? Where am I at? Let's see, scrolling through. Put them in jars and sell them. That's another good idea. Yeah, druidry, as Gwendolyn was pointing out, is just really working with what is already here. That pretty much is the essence of it. You don't need to work with a deity or anything. It's just working with the natural energies. But there are people who get into the spell work. Sir Flame Drive, nice to see you. Do I do card tricks? No, not really. You do sigil work? That's about it? Yeah. You are a non-magical druid, so you can answer? Yeah. Yeah, I've never done any type of spells or anything. So this is my first time trying it. I remind you of your uncle? Wonderful. You had a crush on him? Yeah, wonderful. I always felt much more spiritually connected to her ancestry than my father's Christian side, which is funny because I knew little about native beliefs. Well, native beliefs are more attractive in their spirituality. They are more holistic. Christianity is not. Christianity has, you get spiritual when you die. Native people's spirituality is here. It is not in some mythical realm in the sky. Have I seen Save the Green Planet? No, I have not. I recommended Bogonia, and I didn't know it was a remake of it. Oh, was it really? I did not know. I mean, it was a good movie. Bogonia. I'm not even saying that right. I don't know. That was a good movie. I didn't know it was a remake. Let's see. Is that the star of Dwayne Johnson? Yes. I'm a big rock fan. He's a great person. He's a wonderful actor. He's got a great sense of life. He talked about being a politician. I think that was a bad idea, but I think he'd be a wonderful politician. The Rock. Yeah, he's a lovely human being. He's never been involved in scandals or anything. He's a wonderful family man. The Rock. We take circumcisions like the Catholics. You need to give 10% every month. Yeah, and the higher levels of the cult. Yeah. Cauldron born, like the Chronicles of Pyrdian. Have I been to the Purple Realm and the Black Temple? Yeah, I go there every other weekend. I go. Yeah. Any of you ever learned before I found Jesus? No. We are cauldron born here. Druids were teachers, entertainers, spiritual guides, judges, and story. Yep. Let's see. I try to manifest the teaching aspect of druidry, but being a mod makes me a judge too. Yeah. They were judges as well. I mean, they were the ones that, helped with civil disputes and things. They were the authorities, right? When there was no king present. If there was a king, they aided the king in such judgments and wisdom. Yeah. And let's see here. So nice of you to Odin by displaying his triskele behind him. Well, that's also Ceridwen's triskele. Yeah. Did the Welsh people get it from their neighbors across the sea there? Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it was the other way around. There's a lot of crossover, but this is Ceridwen's symbol. Let's see. Thank you. You're welcome, King Doopy. Good to see you. A lot of cultures, yes. Respect the one-eyed here. Yeah. Am I familiar with Hecate? Do you have a moment to talk about Hecate? Yeah, of course I am. She's a wonderful goddess. Yeah, her and Ceridwen are probably the same. Hecate, as I said yesterday, uh, Pravati, Hecate, Ceridwen, Bridget. I mean, they're probably all the same. They're just different cultural presentations. Let's see here. You're trying to manifest the teaching aspect of Druidry. Let's see, where am I at here? You are familiar with ancient Greek magic? Yeah. What do you do with the ashes? Just keep them in a bowl for 3 days and then throw them on the earth after? That is what you do? All right, thank you. Cast your ashes into moving water if possible, but the wind will do nicely. I don't have any moving water near me. I have only my spring. I don't know if that constitutes as moving. I mean, it's the bubbly, right? Would that be? All I have is a spring in my grove. Would that be appropriate to put them in my spring? So the ashes return to the earth. We are all on earth. Yeah. You do a lot of sigil work. You are new to sigil work, but you are learning. Yeah. You practice your druidry in prayer, meditation, in your grove, intention while tilling your soil, making children laugh while I teach them. Yeah. Way too crazy. Hi, cutie. Hi. This is one of my grinder friends here. You practice your druidry when you are making bread for your wife. Yeah. I am cute. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. You have to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am gay tomorrow on Thursday. Today, well, technically I'm bisexual because it's Wednesday. I'm in between. But I'm all wore out from yesterday. Gay marriage is acceptable now. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm already married. And my wife's boyfriend doesn't like to share. So we can just date casually. No need to tie me down. Food bank, going to a food bank, picking up trash, local park. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I got all my lovers on here from Grindr. Yeah. Let's see here. Gay people are wonderful. Yeah. What is the other world in Druidry? Anothen. You read a lot about it in the Mabinogion, right? The stories in there. Now, we talked about this yesterday, I think. The idea of an other world in the Welsh tradition is not like a heaven or a hell. That's the way it is portrayed. It is you have to understand it hermetically, that there's only one world, there's only one cosmos. This is just a layer in that experience. Anavan is here, but there's a boundary to it. That is what it's meant by. It's when you see other world, you're thinking about another dimension or something. That is an inappropriate way to understand it. It is here. And the idea of a veil being thin. The veil is a boundary of what is here. It is not some place in the sky or under the earth in another dimension. It is all here. Let's see. I believe in the other world, green world. Yeah. What are you supposed to be? Myself? Is there something I'm supposed to be for you? I'm just a spiritual entertainer. That's it. That's what I am. Nothing more, nothing less. All right? All right. I have to go wake up my children real quick to get them ready for our journey this morning to the Department of Motor Vehicles. I will be right back, and I'll bring the tortoise if I can. Give me a moment here. Thank you. What's your name? The Dankin Hale. Thank you very much. I'll be right back. Got to wake everybody up. All right. It is time to arise. Children, get ready. We're leaving in an hour. Wake up. We're getting ready to leave in an hour. Next, get your clothes on. We're going to go. All right, next you can see. All right, it's time for school. Yeah. All right, everyone is awake. Everyone's getting ready. Let me see my torches. All right, I'm bringing the torches here. I got everyone awake here. I got all kinds of chaos. I got one child who is sick. He's got COVID or something. He's been to the doctors twice. There you are. Look at this sweet girl here. She's such a precious lady. Yes, she is. There you say hello to all of your fans. The fans of the tortoise. He's like, put me back under my heat lamp. All right. All right. Let's see. It's time for school. Get your computer. It's up here in the hallway. All right. Coming back to you. Yeah. Got all of these people. I had to get them ready for school. All right. Everyone is ready. Let's see. I could do spells. I do things like connect and support nature and work with healing energy. I don't know spells, though. I probably a good bit out of sorts to even try. Might make a mess of things. Yeah. Let's see here. Have you heard of Saint Bridget of Kildare? Well, yes, that is the goddess that Christians stole from Irish paganism. Yeah. Let's see here. Springs are very appropriate. Okay, good. I will put the ashes in there. We love Bridget here. Yeah. All right. Where am I at here? Trying to catch up to your comments. I'm always falling behind, and I'll be here for another hour. I will be here with you for your entertainment. And I don't know if I will be back tonight. As I said, I have a lot of catching up to do with my Dungeons and Dragons. I am the dungeon master, so I got to prepare for the game. But if I might be here and go to my grove later. We've been having good times out there, right? Let's see here. Really, I feel like there would be rules with spells. That's probably yeah, the idea of rules. I mean, people make all that shit up, right? You have intention, you have your will, and then you have traditions of doing the casting and stuff like that. I was trying to follow the tradition of what is the appropriate thing. What's important is the intention, right? Yeah, the idea of it must be done this way, or I got this from some secret deity. They help me to make these sigils in this way or that way. These are all things that people make up, and that's not wrong. It's creativity. Really, that's what it is. You know, different ways of expressing the reality of living it out. See, it's good intentions that count right there. Melly has it right. Let's see here. Where am I at? Kiki, nice to see you. I am the only one here that doesn't have a grinder. Like an angel grinder. I have several. You have several grinder accounts. You downloaded grinder once, and all you could describe is digital waterfall of penises. Yeah. True, but I've been told my whole life the path to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah, what a manipulation. And I've seen it too in life too. So whatever that's true or not is pretty ingrained in me currently. Yeah, and what does it do? It causes you to be obsessive with your choices. Think about a child. A child doesn't go around worried that their parents not. If their parent is good, some parents are assholes. But in an ideal situation, a child just makes choices and knows that the parent is going to love them no matter what they choose. And if they are wrong, they are guided to help to make the right choice. So the idea that of a hell that is paved with good intentions, that is an evil father on the end of that equation. It's like telling my children, you know what? All of your good intentions is going to destroy your relationship with me if you're not doing it right. That's a terrible belief. And that is a manipulation. Let's see here. That's a way to control someone. Yeah. What is happening? I don't know. That's the Triskelion was used, the Neolithic, found in 32 BC. But there wasn't any talk. Now, this Triskelion, the Irish one here, is what you're talking about. This one, I mean, the idea that it had a presence doesn't mean it cannot be used by a different culture or different experience and giving identity. This is probably older than Ceridwen here, the Welsh Triskelion, certainly. But now it is mostly associated with Ceridwen's cauldron. That's where you find it. Universal symbolism. God is hell. He said he's an all-consuming fire. Yeah, he's an asshole too. Let's see here. Where am I at here? I'm at the place where everyone's seeing the turtle. According to Celtic Christianity, hell is just a place for souls spanned for a time to be healed. Yeah, that would be more appropriate, right? You're searching, found in Göbekli Tepe. Yeah, that's like the oldest thing we have in the world in terms of a temple, is Göbekli Tepe. It's interesting because it's what, 60 miles from Mount Ararat. So people think that is the Noah's Ark, this temple. If you look at Göbekli Tepe, in terms of the mythology of the Noah, what do you see at Göbekli Tepe? It has all kinds of animals, right? Which is quite interesting. What is my first language? I only have one. And that is the English language. That is it. Let's see here. Good to see you all, Safat. My mom had a pretty messed up life, so I've grown up being told hell is this life too. Lots of people talking to me about hell my whole life. Yeah, we've been manipulated, right? And now we are learning to recondition our thinking to see that this life is wonderful, the beauty of the life. This is the life that connects you to what is divine. That the divinity is actually good. It's not interested in punishing you all the time. This is the great evils of Christianity. You don't see a father that loves, you see a father that punishes. That's what Christianity teaches, that this deity is always concerned about what you're doing, always trying to control your behavior or punish you. That is not how real parents operate. Punishment is something that proceeds out of your love for the child. It isn't the main focus. It isn't what you're about. This idea, like in the Catholic Church, that you always have to do penance for every damn thing you've done. If I had treated my children that way, they would hate me. If I was always concerned with their behavior all the time. It's really terrible what Christianity has done with the understanding of deity. The idea that it's always about judgment. When I die, I don't want a judgment. I want an embrace. That's what they've done. They have lied to you. When you stand before, if you have a creator, it is going to be an embrace. That's what it's first going to be. Not, I'm going to punish you. I mean, that's terrible. The punishment should proceed out of that embrace. A good parents, if you are made in this way, they will punish you, but the punishment isn't meant to hurt you. It's meant to help you to deal with your bullshit. It is not meant to torment you. No matter what your children do, if they become wicked, they're still part of you. You still have a responsibility to love them. And the way that Christianity teaches divinity is terrible. Terrible. I am the master wizard only on Fridays. God is God. Pain is here on earth. God does not desire for us to suffer eternally. This is simply life and death lesson. Bullshit. You cannot prove anything you've said. You're making that all up. This is not a place to learn a lesson. I mean, that's terrible. I want to put you down here for a while to learn some lessons. Well, screw you, asshole. Let's see. Well, let's see. We have spell practitioners in Discord. You like to join a chat with them? Yeah. Hello. Who is the mother you mentioned, Gwendolyn? Are you referring to Ceridwen? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Ceridwen could be a name used. Mother Earth, more accurately. Yeah. Ceridwen is just a face, right, of the greater reality. And she's an ancestor. She's a Welsh ancestor who a mythology developed around, and she became much more. You have this universal face of the mother that is many, many manifestations. Let's see here. We have a choice, eternity. No, that's terrible. When a deity gives you a choice to a finite being between eternal punishment and eternal life, it's like giving a shotgun to a 2-year-old. Yeah, what you do with it is up to you. You can blow your brains out or not. That is quite terrible for a deity to leave an ultimate fate into a finite, flawed being's hands. Sick, sick God you have. Let's see here. Where am I at? Free Kool-Aid here. The Divine Mother, she has taken many names. In Prusinian time, she was called Namu, and the language became written. She danced across cultures through time by many names, yeah. And she's not afraid to be associated with the faces of those close to us. Like my wife is the face of the mother in her own way, right? This universal reality has many faces. Crazy Carl, good to see you. Good to have you here. With the English language, we are spelling every day. Yeah. I cannot answer that. I can only state that we are the angels of God made flesh. Yeah, you can make up anything you want. I don't care. I don't see myself as some being here to learn a lesson, to return. That's terrible. Because some people, they have shitty lives. What kind of lesson is that? Being tortured. Oh, you are here to learn a lesson by being tortured. Yeah. The idea of coming back to pay for your karma, right? Oh, you have bad karma. That's why you're on the bottom of the totem pole now. You're an untouchable. That's terrible beliefs. The idea that you have to be punished, over and over again. I mean, that's terrible. The world is heaven, yes. Look at the forest, the flowers, the rivers, the mountains. We got it all. It's all here. It's a fractal of heaven. Well, you can't think of it just as a fractal, but you have to think of this idea of heaven, eternity in a grain of sand, as William Blake said, right? Or was it the flower? Heaven in a flower, right? How you perceive, you grow in the perception of what is already here. Everything is here, but you are not perceiving it yet. You have to grow in the experience of the heaven. Let's see here. Your funny thing happens to your brain when it's doing something out loud. It begins to believe our words. Ooh, look at that. Neuroplasticity. Christianity has basically brainwashed you. Yeah, me too. I'm just beginning to learn myself. To believe I need to be sorry for everything in your entire life. Yeah, it's only something recently that is trying to reprogram yourself. It's effing hard. It is, yeah. It is hard, right? I know what you're going through. I've been brainwashed. I have to deal with these ideologies still. So I know what you're going through. Yep. I have to believe that I'm worthy. Yeah, you have to believe that. You have to practice that you're important, that you have value, you have purpose. No matter what you believe it, that is your nature. Christianity doesn't teach you that. It says you're only of value if you have the right ideas. You have to have good intentions paves the way to hell. So what the hell am I supposed to believe in? You have to believe in the right ideas that we give you. And your intentions, no matter how good they are, they will lead you to hell. But if you believe in our ideas, you'll be okay. It's a scam. Get a red letter Bible, no thanks. Green Night Tales, good to see you. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Good morning to you. All these wonderful people here for their spiritual entertainment in the morning. We have real knights and real druids here. We are the coolest effing cult. Christianity deserted the teachings of Jesus decades ago. It became judgmental and cruel. You certainly can make an argument for that. Yeah. You never know someone is behind a username. Yeah. Let's see. Is my username not supposed to be my real name? Yeah, why don't you put your social security number at the end of your name as well, right? Meditate, release the inflicted guilt and your embodiment of the goddess. Love her, love yourself. Those who oppress you are wicked. Stay away from them. Protect your serenity. Thank you, Jeanette. I try to avoid wicked shit and be a good and kind and loving person. That's the best we can do, right? And you shouldn't get punished for that when you're just doing your best. Let's see. Someone could randomly have a username. Let's see. Bacon, that's not your real name, Inquisitor Bacon. Raw King Kong. Oh my. What are you doing to King Kong? King Dong? His name is Raw King Kong. That tells me that you're being inappropriate with King Kong, this great giant beast of an animal climbing up the Empire State Building. You want to get raw with it. And now you're telling us about Jesus. When you are being inappropriate with your username here, wanting to sexually enjoy the King Kong. Now you want to educate us on your religion? I don't think so. It's not heaven if you suffer from depression. That is not your natural state, right? We need to be healed, right? It's not heaven when I have arthritis in my back either. But how I think about the world is heaven. I'm growing in the experience of it. That's what you're designed for. Now, you can stay in your depression if you want. I don't want to. I want to grow in the experience. It's a lie to think that somehow when you die, things are going to be better. If they're not going to be better now, why would they be better later on? Right? The way you think about the world, that's what I'm talking about. How you perceive is what's important. Let's see here. So I don't think suicide is the answer to depression. I don't think if you go and off yourself, do you think it's going to be any different when you die? That you're not going to be depressed still? You take how you are with you into the next life. And if you're not experiencing heaven now, what makes you think you're going to experience it when you die? There's no guarantees of anything when you die. You think you're going to be safe? You don't know that. We live in a wonderful world and also a terrifying one, right? We are not safe. You think you're going to be safe when you die? You don't know that, right? You don't know what's going to happen. But you can be responsible for how you experience the world right now. In all your weaknesses and all your problems, it is open to you if you want it. You can experience the divine here if you want to. You don't have to. You know, the idea, like for Christianity, Jesus said that the kingdom of God is here. But why aren't they teaching that? They'll say, oh, you'll meet it when you die. That's not what he said. He said, when you are born again, you shall see. Who is teaching you to see in Christianity? No one. They're saying, when you die, you will see. That's not what Jesus taught. He said, you will see it here. Why aren't you seeing it if you are a Christian? Right? Why are you encouraged to play make-believe when you are a Christian? Why can't you see it? Right? That's not what Jesus didn't teach make-believe. He said, you will see it. Oh, let's see here. Elvis is key. Yeah, I saw him at Burger King in Kalamazoo when I lived in Michigan. Like he was getting a Whopper, a hamburger meal. It requires God's intervention. He decided we should be born here to learn. Did he tell you that? Is that what he said to you? You can't prove any of that. I can't prove anything I'm saying. All I know is that I'm loved and that I can experience that love now. I don't have to wait till later on. That I am certain about. And I try to encourage people to do the same. Why wait to the end of your life when everything in your life is ready for you now? No matter how much pain you are suffering, divinity is here to embrace you, to suffer with you. Keradwin suffers with me. All of the pain that I have, she shares. That's what she does. Her embrace is there. Her comfort is there in everything. That's what deities do. They suffer with you. They are not separated from you. Every time you hurt, they hurt. Every time someone beats you, they take the blows as well. That's the intimacy that is here. Let's see. Oh, man. I smoke reefer and you'll be fine. Yeah, it helps. Reefer helps, doesn't it? Some good old reefers. Yeah, a loving God wouldn't put us in jail. Yeah, these terrible philosophies about life. This is just a test, a simulation to prove your worth. Yeah, screw you, deity. I don't need to be tested. You're an asshole. I can feel the two parts of myself at odds with one another. The deeper part of me that sees and feels the lies and the truths. The surface part of me, shit, I just lost that. Where am I at here? Damn it, I hate when YouTube takes so. There it is. And the surface part of me that is so loud and misguided and broken and angry. Yeah, you're learning to be whole, right? And you have to keep reminding yourself, it's going to be okay. You're loved. Now, you either believe in that or you don't. It's a choice, right? You can keep believing the bullshit, or you can choose to believe that you're loved, right? I don't know what to believe anymore. Maybe it's I am after all. I would suggest going to a natural space and meditating. Yeah. See, your AI, it's enough to make one's head spin. Yeah. But anyways, I really like this community. You guys kind of got me a bit, ground me. I always leave our Bard's channel feeling uplifted. And that's really nice. Yeah, that's my job. And my life is to share my experience with you. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. We interact with real life superheroes every day. That's right. Community servants. Blessed be. How does your cult handle the different genders? Everybody the same? Yeah, we recommend trying all of the genders out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We experiment with all types of things. Yeah, all genders, whatever. Yeah, however you want to live out your life. It's your journey. God is bound by His rules, as we are. Well, I think that's bullshit too. Rules that make up reasons why I cannot intervene and help you from being raped. That's no father. There's a mystery to our connection to divinity, but this understanding of an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-seeing deity, it's terrible. It's a terrible belief. It makes excuses for why He cannot help us. Yeah, screw you. Let's see. They didn't choose depression. I didn't choose arthritis. It runs in my family. I didn't choose a limp penis and erectile dysfunction. It happens with old age. I mean, I didn't choose for my hair to fall out of my head. Stop whining. Take responsibility for your life. Start thinking positive. Start doing things. Don't let your brain chemistry run your life. You have a responsibility for your outlook. Stop whining about it. Stop blaming other things. Blame yourself. All right. Let's see. I believe in us. We can overcome. That's right. The programming. I am asking the Bard. Most religious institutions have some opinion. I am curious of how one views gender difference. I think gender difference, they reveal divinity. The idea of gender is sacred, it is holy, and it is wonderful. And in that, I believe that, in past life regressions, I believe in the possibility of two souls, of all of that stuff. I believe that transgenderism is a desire to express yourself through sacredness. You feel a connection to a gendered reality, and you struggle with that. You want to find your face. You want to find your experience in that. I think that is something important, that even in people who are not transgender, you are seeking your face. You are finding wholeness in an expression. In relationships, you find this unity in harmony in creation, the union of sun and moon. I think gender is sacred. I am against philosophies that says gender doesn't matter. Gender does matter, or you wouldn't be seeking to express yourself in it. Let's see here. Yeah, when accounting for worth, yeah. According to who has not responded yet. Yeah, well, it takes me a while to respond. Let's see. Didn't mean to interact with you. Yeah. Oh, jeez. I want the Bard to respond to me. No one else. Oh, man. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Trying to catch up. Scrolling through. God has changed things here several times. I do not believe Christ broke the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments are bullshit. These are enslavement. There's nothing sacred about them. It's some God trying to enslave you and punish you for not following its rules. There's nothing sacred about the 10 Commandments. They are slave tablets. That's what they are. As religious views, we are interact. I personally fear religions is subjugate women, certainly, yeah. Am I a Jew? Yes. This is Star of David. This is the cauldron of David. I put all my circumcised penis skins in it. Yeah. Yeah. Could you? I get asked that because of the Pantang. Yeah. Let's see here. How do you bless your porcelain? Give it an embrace. That's how. Let's see. Are the seasons not divinely ordained? The seasons to me are a manifestation of divinity. That is, entering into the harmony of the seasons. You experience what is divine. It is a natural reality. Let's see. I think all the mods are ladies except Cypher, right? Yes. Cypher is the only gentleman in the group. I like that gender fluidity is the most natural way. Yeah. What do you think about DMT? I try to avoid it. I don't want it. I don't mind mushrooms, but DMT, no. Yeah, let's see here. What do you do for work? This is, so like and subscribe. Give that a touch. It helps me make a living. So this is what I do. Father Bard, have you been to the Vatican ever? No. Never was interested in going either when I was a clergyman in the Catholic Church. Your wife is your better half, yeah. Never trust a man with no facial hair. Well, I have no pubic hairs either. That should enforce your, nothing is going on in my body. It's all fallen away. Positive thinking is very effective. I struggle to keep it going for long. It's something you practice. You don't give up on it. It's easy to give in and start whining about your life. You practice positivity. And when the more you practice, the more you experience. You seek peace, yes. All right. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Many native cultures consider gay people of two spirits. No, I think the gay person is a two-spirit. I don't know. I thought it was transgendered people. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on what native people believe. I know in India, there's always been people that have been transgendered. They have it in their mythology. They never even used that word transgender. That somebody made that shit up. It was always a part of their culture that you had people that had this experience. Krishna transforms into a lady, right? It's always been a part of the mythology. You consider yourself asexual? That's pretty smart, he said about gender. I think this guy, despite his bullshit, is pretty smart. Yeah. Well, it's bullshit for you. We call it spiritual entertainment here. You vote eyebrows, facial hair. Yeah, well, shave them off. Why not? Just get rid of them. Yeah, we accept all people here. If you're depressed, I recommend a book, Feeling Good by David D. Burns. It's an introduction to cognitive behavioral therapy. Yeah, there's a lot of books. And one of the problems with depressed people, you are told that you read a book, and they read the book, but they never. Well, the problem is they don't want to practice. They just let the negativity run its course. They feel that that is their natural reality, and they feel they are trapped. And no matter what they read, they just go back to this mentality. The mentality is the problem of hopelessness. You have to fight sometimes for what is good. You have to practice positivity. One of your good friends transitioned later in life. She spent her life in such darkness and pain. In her late 50s, she began transitioning. Now at 60, she is fully transitioned and is happy, right? Yeah. Yeah. Certainly gives you a lot more space to do things. I got a B daddy mother effer. What does that mean? Is that some type of music? I never miss a Jew comment. No, because it's funny. I think people are pretty dumb to think that this is the Star of David. I think it happens every day. I'm asked if I am Jewish. I think it's pretty ridiculous how dumb people are. This is nothing like the Star of David. It looks completely different. Bard is very objectionable to blame people with depression for their state. Of course, there are a good deal of cases where the cause of the situation, but may have neurological. Yeah, I'm not discounting the neurological problems. I lived most of my life in depression because I chose it. I let my brain chemistry dictate. I let my karma dictate my life. And then I learned that a lot of my brain chemistry is my responsibility and how I want to dictate it, you know. So objectionable, I'm talking about from my own experience. I've been to every type of therapist that you could think of in my life. I've read every book. Um, I was never happy because I did not choose, well, joyful, really. I did not choose to be joyful. I was taught not to be. And so I'm talking from a personal experience. I'm not discounting neurological realities. I never do that. I know that people have a chemical imbalance and it causes depression. Yeah, but you don't have to let your chemicals dictate how you're going to live. You don't have to let your karma define you. You need to learn to ride it, right? Let's see here. To see her blossom in the way she has brings tears to your eyes. Yeah, it's wonderful to witness that, right? Good morning, beautiful blessings to you as well. The 10 Commandments are 3 rules about God, 7 rules we have towards each other. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Any gods that need rules for you to follow, they are pathetic. You should want to follow the God, right? Naturally. If they are good and loving towards you, you're like, I like you. I want to love you back. Not the God of the Bible. He's a control freak. Why no DMT? Because I like control of my life. I don't want to lose control of it. See, so who said one of the most beautiful kind things anyone? Yeah, I think it's terrible how transgendered people are treated by people in our society, and how they've been used by politicians. I think it is terrible. See, where am I at here? Where am I at here? Let's see here. Here's nice. You like my eyebrows? You like the Skyrim music? Damn it, it isn't Skyrim music. It is Oblivion. You have no culture. Oh, my. Force yourself to sing. Yeah, we know like certain things cause chemistry. Smiling. Smiling causes a chemical reaction. There are certain things that you do that change your brain chemistry. Right? Let's see here. Where are we at? Scrolling. Cognitive behavioral therapy can help people with depression a lot. It helps you. You literally change your mindset. See, that's very important. Some people need pharmaceutical assistance too. Yeah, the pharmaceuticals are supposed to help you to get to a place where you can deal with your bullshit, right? Like the ketamine treatments. You're not supposed to be on ketamine all the damn time. It's supposed to help you get to a place where you learn what's going on up here, that you learn about your chemicals, that you educate yourself. That, oh, that is just chemicals. Why do I feel like shit? Your chemicals. That doesn't define your life, right? When you learn about how your chemicals operate, that's very empowering, as you've experienced. Let's see. Those of two spirits was not an insult, just their explanation. Yeah. Neuroplasticity is proven effective. St. John's wort for the blues. That's another our resident herbalist here. St. John's wort. Yeah. Reach out if you're feeling depressed. Gwendolyn will work with you. Let's see. You're studying psychology. The right patient, the right therapist. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we don't do politics here. We're not into that bullshit. Let's see. Restart to defeat the bone dragon. Oh, that's no fun. Bone dragons. You have to watch out. You feel depressed today, just another thing to come to peace with. Yeah. Without sadness. Yeah. Jung said depression is an invitation. Right? Your depression is trying to tell you something, trying to teach you. How often do you hear that? Right? That your depression is your teacher. Right? Yeah. He talked about having a muse. A muse torments you. Why do you think most of our artists, are always depressed? Because of the muse, right? The muse puts you through this experience that causes you to fight against it. And as you fight against it, you find this creativity, right? I think there's some truth to that. I think a lot of my creativity came out of my depression in life, struggling against it. I think half of my life I've been depressed. My muse is a bitch, and she's also wonderful. Let's see. Do I dislike Jews? I have no problem with people at all. But it's not a Star of David. I mean, that's quite silly. Let's see here. Saying trans people are being pushed by the ultra left is political. Yes. Yeah. The politician, they use people. They use like the immigrants in our country. They use people of diversity, right? That is something that's present in our world today, right? They use people. That's what politicians do. They use people groups to get votes, right? To pit us against one another. They certainly do that. Let's see here. Do they make you go to camp where they turn gay people back to Jesus? Yeah, this is so stupid. Not even the Catholic Church teaches that you can lose your gayness. I mean, that's so stupid that you can therapy yourself out of your gayness. Such a terrible belief, right? Loneliness is described as the gap between the quality and quantity of relationship, the ones you want to have. Yeah. My girl is a neuroscientist and is researching electromagnetic brain stimulation to help cure depression. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? I'm a big supporter of cyberselin treatment for depression. Yeah, loneliness is not always a bad thing. Feeling lonely is not bad. It doesn't define you. It is natural to feel lonely. It doesn't have to define you. Out of your loneliness, great creativity can take place in your life. You know, when my loneliness in my life, great creativity came out of that pain. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. Being lonely doesn't have to be bad. It can be wonderful if you make it into something wonderful. We have the ability to rewire our brain. Cognitive therapy, right? It's right there. Where are we at here? Is the star is upside down? It is demonic? No, not necessarily. Yeah, it represents dark energy. Good morning, Kimberly. Am I a druid? I practice druidry, Derek. Yeah, we don't do politics here. Yeah, I try not to be political at all. I am an enemy of politics. I see what it does to people. I see how people treat one another when they are under the influence of politics, always drawing lines in the sands. It's upsetting to see, like I talked about at the beginning of the show, that person willing to write me off just because I believe AI can be a good thing. You know, that is politics. AI is being used in politics, is it not? You have people fighting each other over it. It's something that people should not be fighting over, right? That's really cool, green. Let's see, where am I at here? Where am I at? Let's see, scrolling through. Oh, yeah, all right, where am I at here? Yeah, I got about 20 minutes left here. Can't tell the difference between Oblivion and Skyrim sounds, noobs. Damn it. Yeah. Where are we at here? Good to see you, Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Good to see you. If he was a control freak, he would have destroyed Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve weren't real. Adam and Eve are not real. It is a mythology. Yeah, you cannot use the Bible to dictate what is real. I mean, it's mythology. The world is not 6,000 years old, friend. Join our community. Everything can be misused. Yeah. Everything. Yeah, you would know that, right? Why is ketamine okay, but DMT is bad? You don't. DMT and ketamine are quite different in their use. You don't find people being healed by using DMT. That's for psychonauts. They want to go on these trips. What is this live about? Whatever you want it to be. Yeah. If God really cared, he wouldn't have put a tree in the garden and make a devil. Yeah. Your mom makes DMT? I believe it. Yummy apples. I'm going to walk in this room. Before you walk into that room, you are literally rewiring your brain. Yeah. We rewire our brains all of the time. If you don't rewire your brain, someone else will do it for you. Like the church, for instance. They love making you feel guilty and shameful about yourself, right? If you're not learning to take responsibility for your cognitive operations, somebody else will do it for you. Now, your parents are supposed to assist you in that, right? They teach you your value, your worth. They help you to have a good outlook on life. Well, some parents are pretty shitty at doing that. And you inherit that shitty view, right? You're responsible for your cognitive outlook, right? Even if you have a chemical imbalance. Mist tree and passion flower are nice for depression, yeah. My left eye is higher than my right. You should see my testicles. Oh, man. Yeah, let's drop this trans subject. Unless you're trans, you can't speak to the experience, right? That is fair. Yeah, that is fair. Let's see here. How do I speak to, let's see, praise Caradwin. Yeah, good to have you here, Jamin. I used to be a part of the church. Yes, I did. I was a clergyman. Yeah, I was part of the Catholic Church. See, I think this dude has hypnotized me for 3 minutes with only his voice and the background music. Yeah, that is the power of the bard. That is why I'm a bard. I have the power to get into your heart, into your mind, into your cognitive reality. That is the power. You are experiencing the power of the bard. Like and subscribe. Yeah, I do this every day. I do find it, I'm more caring than people. I know I'm always happy, that are always happy, so that's a bonus to your depression. Yeah, use your depression. Don't let your depression use you. Yeah. I mean, it sucks, right? It sucks feeling depressed all the time. But you don't have to let it dictate your destiny, right? I mean, let's see here. Politics set people against each other, yeah. It's hard enough to fall outside the norm, but to be showcased for the cause of disgusting opportunists is a personal journey, yeah, certainly. There's a fine line between loneliness and solitude, yeah. Sometimes solitude chooses you. Sometimes people need that solitude, right? That is the way that you're able to love the world, right? And find love in yourself. Being alone can be addicting. ELP, nice to see you. Yes, but I understand that was your experience, but others have other experiences and types of depressions that are very difficult to treat. If someone breaks a leg, it is their responsibility to heal, and ours to emphasize help. Yeah, I never said anything against psychology or therapy or finding help. You are taking my experience out of the context. I've said many times the benefits of therapy over and over again. Most people don't want to take responsibility of their state of mind. That is the problem with most depression in our world today. It isn't because of chemical imbalance. It's because of the lack of courage to take responsibility for your life. Inner engineering, as Sadhguru once said, is much needed for the modern person today. They're always depressed about something. And pills are not the answer. Inner engineering is a very helpful path of finding freedom and peace in your life. See here. Where am I at? Let's see. Oh my goodness here. What do you do for work? This is my work, sir. And I'll be here for another 10 minutes. Adam and Eve are real. Yeah, and donkeys talk. Yeah. And snakes talk too. Yeah. If they are fake, you are fake. Oh, poor baby. Wah, poopy pants. Poopy pants. Harry Potter is real too. Let's see. 90% of your time alone in your garden at the spinning wheel. Yeah, and just because you are with someone doesn't mean you don't feel loneliness, right? Even if that other person is loving you perfectly, you can still feel loneliness if you are in a marriage, right? Let's see here. Do you smoke weed? No, I eat it. Let's see here. Good guy activism. Oh no, you are being punished here. Good to have you here. Hopefully you can play along nice with people. That's all we ask, right? People absolutely, let's see here. You believe in science and Christianity? No, you don't, because you believe Adam and Eve are real. There's no scientific reality that demonstrates that they are real. That snakes talk to you, and that the world is 6,000 years old. You don't believe in science at all. Thomas, nice to see you. Let's see here. You got all the wires to your brain. There are things that science can't explain. Yeah, and just because some religion said it so doesn't mean it's a proper explanation. Adam and Eve are not real. There's no scientific explanation or historical foundation for a mythology to be real. Snakes do not talk. Let's see here. You will recite a poem about a tree in a garden? Do I play Minecraft? No, I do not. I used to with my children. It's a fun game. You're glad you didn't do drugs? Yeah. You come from stardust? Yeah. God created the universe. You can't prove any of that. The universe from science is not created. It's always been here. That's what science teaches. It never was created. There is an afterlife. You've had 3 near-death experiences. Let's see here. Where am I at? Good guys being an asshole. I'm not going to answer your question. I don't have to answer anything. I do what I want here. No one tells me what to do. And it takes me a while to come to your questions, so don't be a dick. I have to answer other people's questions. Adam and Eve are real for you? Sure they are. Yeah. Harry Potter is just as real as Adam and Eve. We have all of the evidence for it. It's all written down. We have historical evidence that Harry Potter is real. The United Kingdom is real. He lives in the United Kingdom. I know where his house is. I know where they have that little chamber underneath the stairs. It's all historical. Yeah. He had an owl. Owls are real. Owls are beautiful pets, right? It's all historical. The bard makes you smile. That is nice. Yeah, and I'm not always right. I mean, it's okay to question me. I don't mind, like Sir Raindrop questioning me. I'm not always right. Gwendolyn educates me all the time about the world. I'm not always right. The Bible is the only authority. Yeah, it's good for rolling papers too. If you run out of papers, you can use the Bible to smoke a joint with. Let's see here. Trans siblings just want to live their lives. Tell them, Vixus. Tell them. They have a condition for which medicine is available. They are people, not political fodder. Don't invalidate one's existence over your own misunderstanding. Thank you, Vixus, for educating us. Let's see here. If you are depressed, you care for yourself. Oh my. Yeah, I have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left to be with you. And I don't know if I'll be back later on today. Let's see here. Yahweh is a liar. Oh my. Let's see. What is the meaning of bagels? Cream cheese. That's the only proper response to that. Oh man. Good guy is spamming being an ass. You got a timeout. You're a wizard? Yeah. Oh, let's see. Your comments will be read in order as you post. Give the bot time to get to them. There's thousands every day when I come on. There's at least 1,000 comments. I can only do so much here. I don't have a staff yet. Let's see here. No, bot. I was saying that you are against therapy, or that you are. I was meaning more that we should say stop. We shouldn't say stop whining, as you said. Yeah. Well, when I say to stop whining, there's a discernment there. I don't say that to everyone, Sir Flame Drop. My intuition speaks to people. When I have the intuition to tell someone to stop whining, it's because they're whiny. That's what I'm speaking to. I'm not generalizing. When I speak to people, I have insight. I have intuition. There's a lot of people that come on here, they are whiners. And so me telling them to stop doing that, as many people can attest to, that I've said that too, that have come back here and said, thank you for telling me that, because that's what they've been doing. So I am not generalizing. I'm speaking to the person. Just a question in a state of love and appreciation. Yeah, certainly. And we appreciate you. Let's see. Targeting vulnerable people as a means to make yourself feel better about your own shortcomings is the most horrible thing a person can do. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people in Christianity do. They focus on people of diversity as their righteous cause. Yeah, that we must fight against them. They are the evil. It's really terrible, right? It's really terrible. And that happens with a lot of these Christian politicians as well. Everyone that, do you know that in terms of politics, you have people that are trans that are Republican, right? You remember when, now, like for instance, President Trump, he had the pride flag out when he was running, right? He was not against people of diversity. Now you can argue that he is now because he's giving into all of these other bullshit demands. But you have what? You have people on different political points of views that are people of diversity, right? I mean, that's just a fact of life. Not all people of diversity are progressives or this other shit. You have people that have all kinds of political views. All kinds of political views. The book itself, we can find evidence. Yeah, sure we can. You are tired. Yeah. Gwen is your male cousin. I am Gwen. Gwendolyn. You are Gwendolyn. Damn it. Gwendolyn. Yes. Yeah, sometimes people want to take shortcuts with the high priestess of the orchard. It is Gwendolyn. Let's see. As you spin wool and fiber, you are seamstress. How beautiful. How beautiful. All right, let me scroll down to the bottom here. Let's see. Am I a pagan? No. Let's see. Where am I at here? We're wrapping it up. We are wrapping it up here. You are a real boy. Good for you. You got a penis? All right. Let's see here. It's good rolling papers. Yeah, you're starting to like this guy? Well, Kiki uses his Bible for toilet paper. Yeah, the Bible has all kinds of uses for people. Yeah. Let's see, where am I at here? Why is this primitive guy here? Yeah, there's a lot of assholes that come on here. They help the algorithm. Sometimes people change too, right? Sometimes people listen. We have people here that listen. I was a person that was fundamentalist Christian, against people of diversity. I was all of those things. But I listened. And I listened to people that gave me the time of day. Let's see here. You came here because of questions and comments in the chat. I'm perfectly happy to answer the Bard's questions. I don't have any questions. I'm here to entertain. You're the ones that have the questions. All right. Where are we at here? Yeah. Humans are human. People are people. Did I hear Trump? Yeah. I wasn't supporting him. I was briefly talking about diversity. Donald Trump, he came out with a pride flag. He was using politics with that, right? He was trying to manipulate people. that he was a person of diversity. That's what he ran on, right? Unlike his opponents. Well, yeah, but like I said, trans folk are just regular people and come in all shapes and sizes, and just like normal people that in the world that we have here, people of that are considered the normies, as Kiki would call it, the straights. Yeah, everyone has an opinion, everyone has a belief, and people of diversity, there are some who are assholes. I mean, just watch TikTok. Uh, yeah, it's terrible that people think when they watch TikTok that's what these trans people are about. I mean, it's some of the people on TikTok are assholes. That's not what trans people are. They are trying to live their life like other people. They have opinions. They're not all trans people are from TikTok. I mean, it's terrible when people are associated with TikTok, right? Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, I wasn't promoting politics. I was giving an example. No need to get temperamental about it. I wasn't promoting politics. I was using an example of a politician in a diversity. Let's see here. Let's see where I'm at. Where are we at here? Naughty. The Bard wasn't picking sides. He was illustrating a point. Trans ideology is something pretty new. Well, people of diversity have been around since the beginning of time. And like I said, if you go to India, they've always had people of diversity. It's culture, it's in their mythology. The idea of trans is new, but people of diversity have always been here. Let's see. It did cost $250 to change your name. Oh, I'm not a bigot. I love trans people. Yeah, you have a trans friend, right? That's what they say. I have a trans friend. I also have a black friend, an Asian friend. I have all of the friends to cover myself here. So when people make accusations, yes, I have a trans friend. I have a trans black and half Asian friend who's also Jewish. Yeah, covering all the bases. Yeah. Obama said they're aliens. Yeah. Assholes exist in all walks of life. Extraterrestrials. All right, let me see here. Almost at the end here. Duct tape, shut your probe ports. Yeah, I use duct tape on mine. Yeah, I'm trans on Fridays, right? Yeah. If you want understanding, we have real trans people who are not assholes in our Discord community. Yeah, we have them, right? We have people who have diversity in our community that are willing to talk to you. If you have friends to cover your bases, that isn't a friend. Yeah, well, that's what they do. They say, I am not against people of diversity. I have a trans friend. Yeah, I could say, I have a queer daughter. My daughter says she's a queer. So I get firsthand education from my own family members. All right, I have to go. I will see you again. I don't know if I'll be on tonight. Maybe I will. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. I'm getting my stitches out of my backside taken out. And I'll probably be on after that, maybe around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here. But I'm here every day. I put out some videos yesterday, some clips out of my, our Grove discussion last night. Go check out my videos. I'm always making stuff here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.